What's up, y'all? Hope you're doing well. We are back on some good old bug, and we are driving the M3 GTR Street version, the OG Speed King in NFS world. Man, I feel like this car is forgotten, especially since the GTR GT is in the game now. This street version is just completely overlooked. And it sucks because this is an icon in Need for Speed world. This was the car that, especially if you played in the beginning, this is the car you grinded up for. I think it was 2 million IGC, and IGC back then, man, what a struggle to get it. So those who got the car by just grinding, it must have been an amazing feeling. We are back driving this Need for Speed World Legend. And this is so weird. Because this car, at one point, well, this car in the beginning of the game, and I don't know why I took that turn, was originally the fastest car in Need for Speed World, as mentioned before. And it wasn't even close when this thing was released, when the game was released. Because it had Cosmic Nitrous. Well, I won't even say Cosmic Nitrous because later on, other cars had much stronger nitrous, but the nitrous on the thing was so strong compared to pretty much all the cars at launch. And it was just an insane car. And I think the car that took it down was the Murcielago. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that was the car to finally take this car down as the Speed King. But you gotta give respect to the OG. And it's a pretty nice looking car. Now here's a car that was pretty disappointing, in my opinion. This was the GT3 RS 4.0. Now this is at A class, I want to say. I'm pretty sure this was an A class when I drove it. However, I can't really remember the last time I drove the normal GT3 RS. But I don't remember it being like this. I think they might be actually different characteristics wise because this thing feels stiff. By stiff, it's just when it turns, it just feels steady. Like, for example, as I took that jump, the little jump over there, it did pretty well, but look at this. A Viper? Really? I know in real life. Mate? No, not even. A GT3 RS is a track-focused car, and for a Viper to just overtake it on the corners, it just does not make any sense to me whatsoever. Now, granted, I'm not even the best driver, so you gotta account for that. However, this thing was just very disappointing. Just didn't have any pickup, just didn't have any handles. I gotta test the normal GT RS again because I haven't not driven that car in forever. If they are just like this now. But yeah, like over here, I had to brake because I was gonna go slamming myself into the wall. It's kind of shocking. This was one of those cars that I feel like it was in such a weird position, and oh man, well, that could have ended up way worse. This car was in a weird position back in OG world because if I'm not mistaken, it was like a fringe. Well, pretty much all the S-Class cars were fringe A-Class cars that you can boost the S, except the Aventador, I think, and the Veyron. If you manage to get your hand on that. So I feel like this car was definitely overlooked. However, now after driving this thing, I think it being overlooked is maybe for a reason, because this thing is very unimpressive. At least the way it is right now. Maybe if I tune it up, it's like some track monster, and who knows, maybe it's some meta car, because I've had opinions on cars where I'm just like, yeah, it's not that great, and then they somehow to be meta on certain tracks. So, but my time with this thing, just not that great. Now, A-class car I did enjoy driving was this Lexus LFA. And man, did I get set up badly on that one. Unlike the GT3 RS 4.0, this car handles very nice. It's just that nice blend of, it's a little slidey, puts the nose right to where you want it to be. Does it have power? No, it does not. Not an A-class. We're just getting dusted by everyone out here. Strong NOS, not a thing. It's a great looking car though. It's a great looking car. This would be a great candidate for a treasure hunter edition. It's just a nice cruiser. Feels super nice to drive, and you definitely got to get one. Anyways, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a good one. Peace.